Hey guys, it's Chad. This here is the new Traxxas X-Maxx 8S RC car. This is Traxxas's new 1/8 scale model RC car, and it came out about 3 days ago. I was lucky to pick it up in my local hobby shop, and I've had it for maybe 2 days now. I've used it 4 or 5 times. I personally haven't had an RC car in about 9 or 10 years, and the last one I had was the t-maxx 3.3. I really got tired of messing with the engine in it, keeping it at its peak performance if the temperature changes or humidity or something like that. So this one's great for that. It is ready to run electric out of the box. All you need is AA batteries for the actual transmitter, the controller, and then you need 2 batteries for the vehicle, whether you get the 3S or 4S batteries, and then the charger for that. In a later video, I will talk a little bit about those batteries and the charger and things I recommend for it, what I personally use, and I've done quite a bit of research here in the last week, so hopefully you find that helpful. I will put the link in this video when it's completed. Today, I am going to take this out and I'm going to show you things you need to check when you first get it. I had to read through the manual and figure out everything I need to do, so that's basically what I'm going to bring to you, like checking the lug nuts, connecting the batteries, turning the power on, and actually testing it for the first time for use. So I hope you enjoy the video. Stay tuned, and I appreciate it. All right, some of the differences with the new 8S. The body, the shell itself does look a little bit different. The majority of the rest of the shell is the same. To take the body off, there's a little rotating knob here. You rotate that in, pull this up, and then this pops right off. There's actually a little catch on the front, so when you reinstall it, that catch is under here. It's really easy, there's no pins, nothing like that, and it's back installed. So again, pull it up, body comes right off. The body also has these little supports, and these go through the top as well, right here, to give it some rigidity if you flip it or roll it or anything like that. All right, inside, the new ESC looks different. The new 8S motor, it's kind of difficult to see the motor itself. However, you can see the fans on it. These come with it stock to help keep it cool, and then the actual receiver right here, the radio receiver. The entire drive line is all metal. It's either metal, steel, or aluminum, depending on if you're talking about the gears or the drive line itself. The drive shafts are a little bit thicker. I believe these are 6 millimeters as opposed to 5 millimeters on the 6S. The body itself is still modular. It comes apart separately. There's 2 locations for batteries, and it does come with adapters. You can run 2S, 3S, or 4S batteries in it. If you run the 2S batteries, these snap on right here so that you can still use the battery hold down, and it'll hold the batteries down securely. I don't have any 2S batteries, so I don't use these at all. It also came with an additional shock absorber. This goes right here in the front, at the bottom below where the bumper connects, to give it a little bit of support when you hit something. And then it comes with these 2 foam inserts for the battery trays. These foam inserts are used, I use the 3S batteries right now, and they're not quite as long. They don't take up the whole battery tray. So the issue is there's a space right here that's empty. So these fit in that space to help hold the batteries in securely. Also, this model does come with the roll bar stock, the wheelie bar, I should say, stock. They have ball bearings, but I've used this quite a few times. They have a little bit of sand and everything in them, but they still roll fine, and it's definitely needed. I currently only have 3S batteries. The 3S batteries themselves provide more than enough power for me right now. I will buy some 4S batteries. However, my hobby shop did not have any. I have the Venom. They're 3S 7500 mAh 30C batteries. I will do a speed test to figure out exactly how fast this goes, but right now I'm really satisfied with the speed. It still wheelies just fine. The reverse gear is very sensitive. If it's in reverse and you give it full power, it will flip over, or at a minimum it'll scrape the bumper and everything with it. The radio itself, pretty easy, self-explanatory, like many of their other cars that they have. You need a few things when you buy this. Even though it's ready to run, you need 4 AA batteries. That's for the transmitter. You need 2 batteries, like I said, 2S, 3S, or 4S. They connect in here. And then you need a charger for these. I'll have a separate video talking about what batteries I have, what batteries I recommend, and the charger itself. I don't have a Traxxas charger. I have the Venom charger, and I'm a big fan of it. Any AA batteries will work fine in this. You can use rechargeable or AA's from the store. It doesn't really matter. All right, a couple things you need to know before you take it out for your first run. You need to know how the controller works. Like any other standard car controller, RC controller, you've got forward and reverse. It's set up on 50-50, that's what I leave it. That means there's 50% to go forward, 50% to go reverse as far as movement of the controller goes. There's also a 70-30 option, so 70% to go forward and only 30 left to adjust reverse. I leave it on 50-50, especially how sensitive the reverse gear is on the X-Maxx. You also have your steering trim, that's self-explanatory. I leave it in the middle, I don't need any trim right now. And then the multifunction knob. The multifunction knob adjusts the Traxxas stability module, the TSM. What that actually does is that helps you drive the car. It aids. If you're driving high speed and you try to turn left, it'll adjust the power accordingly to the tires to prevent a rollover. You can turn that down so that it's basically completely off and it's all on you to control the vehicle, or you can turn it up more and have a little bit more help from the TSM. I leave it how it came at about 50% right now. There's a menu button and then also a set button up top. The auto lightening feature of the X-Maxx uses the set button. If you hold the set button for 4 seconds, the Traxxas will sit there and kick forward and reverse if it's on its back and try to get up back onto its wheels. Due to having the wheelie bar on its stock, I've heard, I don't know any proof, but I've heard that they've adjusted the algorithm so that it does accommodate for the wheelie bar. However, I haven't had much success with the self-rightening feature. When you're ready for first use, Traxxas wants you to check the lug nuts on all the tires. It's a good idea. It comes with a lug nut wrench for the tires. So just check, make sure they're all tight. I already know mine are tight because I've already checked them, but it's really simple. You put it on the lug nut and make sure it's tight. Next, you want to turn the transmitter on before you do anything else with the batteries, with the vehicle itself. I have 2 of the 3S batteries, so I need these little foam inserts. They have an adhesive little peel that you can peel up and stick them in there, but I do plan on getting 4S batteries as well, so I don't use them permanently. I just set them in there. And then you set your battery in, bring your connectors through. The Venom batteries I have came with 4 different connectors. One of the connectors is the Traxxas ID Link connector, so it makes it really easy for connecting the batteries for me. I didn't have to solder anything on or do any other connections. Once those are both connected and the batteries are secured in there, you're ready to go ahead and turn on the ESM. The power button is going to be right here on the blue. All you do is you press that and you'll hold that for approximately 2 seconds and it turns on, and as of right now it's ready to go. You want to check all your servos, make sure they work. And then Traxxas also recommends you do a range test. So the maximum distance in which you're going to use it, you could have a spotter or a partner go out there and carry the X-Maxx, and you just want to make sure that you are in fact getting a good transmission at that distance. You might be in a football field or a baseball field, just go to the max distance you plan to use it and make sure you're still getting reception. Lastly, there's a feature that I think is really helpful if this is your first time. On the actual ESM, there's a way that you can set it to 3 different modes. It is sport mode, race mode, and then I believe it's training mode. The way they work, sport mode's your general full power mode, reverse is available, everything's available in sport mode. In the second mode, race mode, reverse is no longer available. If you're on a course where you can't have a reverse, that's a way you can disable it altogether. And then the third mode, training mode, is great if it's your first time and you're getting the hang of it, or maybe a kid or something like that. It reduces the power of it down to 50%. To change the drive mode of the ESM with the X-Maxx off, you press and hold the easy set button, just like you would normally be turning it on, and the green light will turn red. 1 blink means sport mode, 2 blinks means race mode, and 3 blinks means training mode. So if you want it in training mode, you let off now, and now it is in training mode. You saw it go through, it's green, it's good to go. To go back to sport mode, you press and hold it to turn it off, and then you press and hold again, and I'm going to let it off on 1 blink for full mode, for sport mode, and now it's in sport mode. It's that easy. When I first got it and got it set up, I did put it in training mode. It helped me kind of get used to turning it and everything and the power it has. In training mode, it's a lot more difficult to even do something like a wheelie, so you're not just going to flip it over. So that's why I do recommend you start in training mode, get the hang of it, and then switch to sport mode when you think you're ready. The body, you just snap it back on. And now you're ready to go.